here's our new tax reform plan. Please enact it immediately. We'll be abandoning the class system and implementing a new set of laws. Any objections? Very good. Now I want to discuss what else we have in mind, if you would. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Mr. Mayor.
I'll leave you to your work.
You need something?
I was just wondering, when do you get any sleep?
Oh, well, sleep's overrated.
Everyone's been saying that the Angels of the Seven Light Faith just never sleep. After observing the way you work, I'm starting to believe they're right.
I've been running the rest of you awfully hard. Pretty much day and night. I can't ask that and then sneak around taking a bunch of naps, can I? Don't worry, though. I do get some rest. I try to fit it in when I'm not busy remaking the society.
He seems to be recovering well.
My goodness, you are a very impressive young lady. At first I thought we were going to have to bury him in pieces. But now he seems to be like his old self. Ain't that right?
Why the hell are you always so rough?
I am your daughter, after all.
Yeah. It appears I owe you my life, Doctor. Thank you very much.
I was only doing my job as a physician.
We can't have you out of commission forever. Some big things happened while you were laying around recovering.
Yeah. For starters, our village decided to pick a fight with the Empire.
You missed out on a couple of cool battles.
I have to heal up quick so I can be part of the next one!
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if you don't slow down and heal, I'll have to sedate you. Oh, good grief. Can't you wait one day before you mess up all my work?
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Oh?
Rue?
What's happened to you?
1 times 5 is 5. That's great! I feel like I'm alive again!
Why haven't you been eating or drinking, young lady?
Well, everybody has to take this multiplication test at school, so I've been trying real hard to memorize the tables thing.
What's that?
It's a song about multiplication.
It's something that makes multiplication a whole lot easier to learn.
Ooh, sounds complicated.
It's all about numbers. I'm not very good at it either.
Don't let it get you down, Rue.
Huh?
You can make a living just fine even if you don't know how to multiply.
Look at us! We can barely add 2 and 2!
I'm not sure you guys are a good example. My teacher said math is important if you want to be successful in business, but I just can't seem to get the hang of it.
Math is important no matter what job you do. Keep at it. You'll figure it out after a while.
Looks like the power plant's almost ready to go online.
We managed to secure a large amount of coal, too.
I'm storing the power it generates. I'm putting most of it in the high-capacity batteries we borrowed from our miniature nuclear reactor. It should create a lot of clean energy. We're starting the trial run tomorrow.
Looks like that will take care of our power generation issue. Excellent. Good work.
Since that job's done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next project, okay?
I'm counting on you.
Bye-bye, bear buddies!
What's she referring to?
The production of essential tools, like a lathe and a milling machine, for the battles coming up in the spring. I'm planning to equip some of our squads with guns.
Modernizing our military? Why don't you just build an automatic manufacturing plant?
Actually, I'd like to have the people of this world make their own weapons as much as possible. They need to have a personal stake in this fight.
I get it. If we just hand freedom to them with no sweat and no sacrifice, it won't mean anything.
Exactly. And we have other imperatives we're gonna need Ringo for. We have to quickly build ourselves an aerial defense system.
What? Aerial defense? What are we protecting against? Missiles or something?
Nothing that easy. This world has its own version of aerial warfare, with dragons and bolts of magic. Yesterday, I received a scary report from Shinobu. Heaven's flames, you say?
That's right. It's a tactical spell that apparently has enough force to wipe out an entire city. The governor of the Northern Lands, Oslo El Gustav, used Heaven's Flames in the previous war, creating literal seas of fire within the cities of the nations he was battling.
Well, that's not very encouraging. It sounds like he'll do it again. He'll use his Heaven's Flames to try and obliterate Dormont.
That's what I'm worried about.
Tsukasa!
Huh? Liru? Why didn't you go back to Elm Village with everyone else?
I just couldn't. I know this whole war started because of me, so I wanted to stay and be useful in some way. Which is why I'm helping to distribute food right now.
I see. Thank you. It's a big help.
Oh, listen, Tsukasa,
What is it?
if you wouldn't mind, could we go somewhere and have lunch together?
Oh,
I wanted to thank you properly for, for saving me.
I appreciate that, but there's no real need for it. I have a meeting that I need to attend, so I have to get back to the office right away.
Masato, I don't understand Tsukasa's reaction. Do you think he hates me?
Not at all. He's just busy governing.
I hope it's that, but I get the feeling that lately he doesn't even want to be around me.
I'm sure you're wrong.
I figure he must be mad at me since what I did caused this war to take place.
He doesn't blame you for that.
Well then what is it? Does he find my ears creepy?
Now calm down. You're upset for nothing.
If not that, then what?
Look, it's not anything you did. It's something he did.
So what is it? Why does he treat me like this?
The truth is, he's having trouble facing you because he feels really guilty. When everyone in the village wanted to rush off and rescue you, he spoke up and said the better course of action was to let you go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Please, don't get the wrong idea, though. He felt their pain, and it wasn't because he didn't want to save you. He was just concerned about the repercussions for the village.
Of course, I understand that.
Ever since I've known him, he's prioritized the happiness of the majority, even if it means he has to sacrifice someone precious to him. It's something I don't understand. To be honest, I don't think he gets it either. Or he's just crazy. Either way, he's not gonna change overnight. Give him space and he'll be fine.
I'm sorry. You asked for building age assignments, but that turns out to be difficult. The craftsmen we took with us said they couldn't make them any more precise.
Okay. This is important information for urban improvements. You did a good job with a difficult assignment. You should get some rest. Take tomorrow off.
Thank you very much, sir.
Maybe I have been pushing myself too hard. Yes, who is it?
It's Liru. Tsukasa, do you have some time right now?
I'm sorry, but I have a busy day tomorrow, and I'm exhausted. I was planning to get to bed early tonight. Could you possibly come back some other time?
Oh, then it's perfect. If you're about to go to bed, then you're done with work for today, right? Sorry to burst in on you.
Is what you want to talk about that urgent?
Yes, it is. I came here to repay you.
Repay me for what, Liru?
You know very well for what. And I've come here to tell you, I'm willing to do anything.
You don't owe me a single thing. The truth is, it was my suggestion we abandon you.
So I was told. The fact is, I would have done the same thing myself. When I was presented with the option of sacrificing my life to save everyone else in the village, there was never a question as to what I was going to do. And even though it was for the greater good, you came to save me anyway. Doesn't that at least deserve a thank you?
You need to know, I'm really not the good man you think I am, Lirul.
That's not true at all. The fact is, you care about everyone. You've been dedicated to improving the lives of the people in our village. You showed us how to make mayonnaise to sell. You drove off the soldiers who attacked us. When the chief of the forest threatened us, you sent your best fighter out to defeat him and protect our families. After doing all that, how can you think you're not good?
I have to confess something. I killed my own father. When I was young, I admired my father, who was a prominent politician. However, one day, I discovered something horrible. His power was built upon a vast network of corruption. I was completely devastated. This man I had looked up to my entire life turned out to be nothing more than a common thief. I worked with Shinobu and the merchant to expose my father's wrongdoing. He was put on trial, found guilty, and ultimately sentenced to death.
You're his son! How could you have done this?
In making justice for his victims my priority, I didn't consider the consequences to my father, and he paid the ultimate price. To this day, my mother still hates me for what I did. It took me a while, but I understand her feelings. Even though he was a crook, he was still the man she loved. I've tried and tried, but I can't forgive my father for what he did to his victims. I don't understand. Why are you crying?
Sorry, but I just can't help it. Thinking about the guilt you're carrying makes me sad. How do you deal with such a thing? Doesn't it hurt all the time?
Every single day. But it's the price I have to pay if I'm going to be true to myself, as a person and a politician. I'm no saint, but I am determined to uphold a basic code of morality.
I get it. I do.
It's hard to hear, but at least you know the truth about me. Ugh. What are you doing?
You think because of what you did, you're not worthy of love or respect. Now that I know your history, you expect I'm going to hate you for what you did, but you're wrong. I admire you for standing up for your principles. You can push all you want, Tsukasa, but you're never gonna push me away.
You win. I surrender.
I'm so glad.
In recognition of our new open friendship, I have a challenge for you. Think you can handle it?
What? Is this what you need me to do? Just cradle you?
You did say you'd do anything for me, right? I figure an hour of sleep like this is gonna be worth 3 hours of tossing and turning.
You can sleep here all night. You don't have to limit yourself to just 1 hour.
True, but I'm afraid that would wear your legs out. Don't be afraid to wake me up if you find they start to hurt.
I will.
Thank you, Lirul.
Huh?
You know, for crying for me. All of that made me feel a little better.
Sure.
Is that you, Ringo? That was fast. You mean you're already done? How was your meeting with Tsukasa? I thought you were going to hand over the materials list and consult him on the production production schedule. It doesn't seem like you were over there long enough to do that. I mean, you were barely gone. Were you not able to talk to him? I know he's very busy supervising the people who work for the city. Do you need me to come with you next time?
One times 4 is 4. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 6 are... I don't understand multiplication. I'll never understand it.
Promise not to look in this direction. I promise, all right. Just hurry and get washed up. Oh my. I see you brought our little god to the bath. Hey! Is everyone in town gonna be dropping by?
Yeah, I posted a general invite. Would you just get in already? I'm on a schedule, little man. I don't have time to listen to all your whining.
This is the surprise. Didn't expect to see you, Rue. Were you all right down there?
Just trying to practice multiplication.
We wouldn't even be here now if Akatsuki hadn't been so freaked out and kept dragging his feet.
I have a right to some privacy! What makes you think it's okay to follow me everywhere?
Don't forget, pal, you're the founder of the Seven Light Faith. And that makes you a revered religious figure. So for your protection, you have to be accompanied by a guard everywhere you go.
Yeah? That doesn't explain why Kana gets to be in the same bath with me! I'm just here... in case you need artificial respiration. Fat chance of that. Huh? You okay, Rue? You look kind of depressed.
It's just, I can't memorize my times tables.
And what do you have to know those for?
Well, without them, I won't be able to pass my school test on multiplication.
That makes sense. You're training to be a merchant and you have to count money.
She's Masato's apprentice. She has to be sharp.
I'm trying, but the numbers just get all fuzzy. No matter what I do, they fly out of my head.
Watching Rue work so hard reminds me of my own training. I had no patience. I was sure it was a waste of energy. They had me repeating sword moves over and over. I was bored to death and couldn't figure out what the point was.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I had to do my magic tricks endlessly until I got him down. And since I was only perfecting the technique, it was no fun at all. It was the same for me. I spent most of my school years memorizing books on anatomy and medicine.
So how did all of you manage to get through it?
In my case, I had started learning the Ichijo style of swordsmanship when I was very young. But then something came along that inspired me.
Really? What happened?
I saw a samurai drama called The Much Too Unfettered Shogun, and it made me want to become someone who used her skills to help the powerless.
Oh. What about you?
I always knew. In elementary school, I saw a magic show and said, this is what I want to do.
How do I find something to inspire me?
It's really not all that hard to figure out. You just do whatever makes you happy. That's the trick.
And once you know what makes you happy, you focus your efforts on achieving it.
What makes me happy? Why didn't I think of that? I knew it all along. Of course! That's my inspiration. I'm going to work hard until I can perfect multiplication.
All right. Now you're getting into the spirit.
That's great. What did you find that makes you so happy, Rue?
I like money!
Oh, well, that's pretty much true for everyone. Just thinking about numbers isn't all that helpful. Try picturing the money itself while you do the math.
How does something like that work?
I'll show you. Let's say your math problem is 5 times 5. That would mean you have 5 stacks of 5 gold coins.
Wait a minute, I know the answer to that. It means I have 25 gold coins.
My goodness. Wow, great job. Let's try another. How about 7 times 7?
Da-da-da-da! 49 coins!
Absolutely right. Now try 8 times 9.
Okay, 72 coins!
That's amazing. How about 24 times 365?
Da-da-da! 8,760!
Whoa, you did it!
Yes! You're right! I did it! I finally did it! I conquered multiplication!
Is Rue all right out there? I mean, she passed her multiplication test, didn't she?
With flying colors.
I thought so. So why does she look like somebody hit her over the head with a stick?
Her teacher has now moved on to division.
Oh dear. The path to being a merchant is peppered with potholes.
Now all of Rue's coins keep disappearing. I really don't like division. All right, you ready, Elk? Don't freak. Here's the truth behind the village.
What is this?